Let's go to a story now that everybody is still talking about. The national average for gas sitting at $5.01 a gallon according to AAA. Here in Arkansas, the average closer to $4.50. The cheapest gas can be found right here in central Arkansas, with the higher prices around the state hitting in counties in the north and southwest parts of Arkansas. So it'd be nice to relax and not have to worry about driving. Too bad that's not an option for many of us, and that means there's no time to relax for tow truck drivers. THV 11's Ian Russell shows us how the summer sun and high gas prices are keeping those folks busy.
Look, we all know that summer heat is brutal, but did you know it can affect your car as well? Here at J-Hook Towing and Recovery, they know that firsthand, and they're also seeing more people affected by those high gas prices too. Tim Moody knows the roads of central Arkansas like the back of his hand.
This is going on my 41st year. August will be 41st.
As vice president of J-Hook Towing and Recovery, there are certain times a year he's come to know well.
That's where we're going to get busy, and we're going to run a lot more calls than we normally do.
Just take a step outside and you know exactly what's causing that jump in calls, the heat.
If you've got anything that's breaking down that you don't know of, it's going to break down.
Moody says the heat causes all sorts of issues to how your car works, but there's a new problem they're seeing too. The cost of gas is causing a spike in another type of calls.
That they can't afford the gas, they just try to buy enough gas, get from point A to point B, which I can understand, but that just don't work.
Moody says they probably responded to at least 10 calls of people just needing a gallon or two to get home. It's becoming a common trend statewide.
And some of our AAA clubs have seen an increase from April to May for calls for service for fuel calls.
Nick Chavarria is the AAA spokesperson for Arkansas. He says the heat causes problems, but running out of gas can cause even more.
If you're stuck out in 90-degree plus weather, that's going to be for an uncomfortable wait and potentially even hazardous for you.
It's why both Chavarria and Moody recommend a couple of things. Expensive as it is, you need gas, and more than just a quarter tank. It's also important to keep your fluids topped off and to keep an eye on your tires. Breakdowns might mean more business for Moody, but he says you can easily avoid seeing him.
Because these wreckers are not cheap. When we come out and get you, we charge. We don't do it for free. So it's try to keep your cars up.
In North Little Rock, Ian Russell, THV 11 News.
You know what else isn't cheap? A medical charge on top of that towing charge. That's why everybody says be sure to keep some water in your car as well in case you break down, so that you can get on with things, and especially with how hot everything is right now.